Welcome back to another meal prep video. This week we are doing slow cooker burritos. Last week's meal prep was a really big success and we're going to keep it going again this week. So I'm just pouring a little oil in the pan so that we can brown up our piece of meat and get it ready for the slow cooker. I brown the meat at a relatively high temperature because I don't want a dry piece of meat, and I find that cooking it at a higher temperature sears it and keeps the meat nice and moist. The last step of the browning process is just to add a little bit of seasoning. I'm using some salt and pepper, and then I flip over the side when this is done searing, and I do the same thing for the other side. I really just do it for taste. You can add it in here, or you could add it in the slow cooker. The recipe is really up to you. So I flip the bottom side over, and this is kind of what you'd want to have in your pan. This is a little bit more brown because I used a cast iron skillet, so the coloring is going to be a little bit different. So you could still use a non-stick pan. I just prefer the cast iron in this circumstance. Due to the fact that the piece of meat we're using today is rather large, I am searing the ends as well as the sides. I find that this really locks in the juices and then therefore locks in the flavor of the meat. I'm also doing it offhand as Nicholas is not around to help me, so trying to balance a large piece of meat, tongs, as well as not burning myself with oil and filming is proving rather difficult. Before we go ahead and turn the slow cooker on, we just got to do a couple more quick steps. I'm putting in tomato sauce here. I have 2 cans of it because we doubled the meat we're using in the recipe. Therefore, we should also double the amount of sauce we use so we don't have our piece of meat stick to the bottom of our slow cooker, and so our meal is not dried out because absolutely nobody wants to eat that. I put the piece of meat on top of the tomato sauce, kind of almost in a bath. We then add our chopped peppers, which is looking absolutely delicious. I throw in some bouillon cubes here, kind of off to the sides of each other so they're adequately spread out. Our delicious looking garlic, and then the bean and chickpea medley because we're serious on this iron, fiber, and proton train.